My name is Kala, Arvind Kala. I am astonished how our foreign minister Jaishankar seems to have impressed India. India sees him as a big intellectual. The reality is Jaishankar is very, very average. Whatever he said, 33 foreign ministers have said before him. They've been 30, he is 34th or 35th. Now, 2 months ago, or 3 months ago, he said that Pakistan should return our part of Kashmir to them, talking of POK, Pakistan occupied. Well, 33 other foreign ministers have said exactly the same thing. So what is so great about him? But Indians are impressed because the chap, he wears a full bandgalega coat, he stands erect, and he's got a red handkerchief popping out of his upper his pocket, and he talks in a measured tone. And that's the quality of India, that they think of it, if a foreign minister stands straight, he's a very brainy guy, and if he talks in a measured way. Actually, there's nothing like that. Now, I'll give you a very simple example. India's foreign policy is frozen in time and place. It's been exactly the same for 76 years. What is our dispute with China, for instance? Right from the beginning, India has said that China has grabbed 38,000 square kilometers of our land in Aksai Chain in Ladakh. And China has said that 90,000 square kilometer Arunachal Pradesh actually belongs to China because it's a part of South Tibet. And that is what the two sides have claimed. And that is what it is about. India and Pakistan is very simple. India says that Pakistan has a part of in India, POK. It's an area of 5,200 square kilometers. And Pakistan says, no, all of Kashmir belongs to them. So that is the situation, and that is all that Jaishankar has repeated all the time. And I'll give you another example of what, he's been talking about de-escalation and disengagement. Now, what does this disengagement? These are euphemisms to hide the truth. Disengagement means that you withdraw. Disengagement means you create a no man's land. This is China, this is India. So they go back 10 kilometers, we go back 10 kilometers and 20 there's a 20-kilometer no man's land. The China says, yes, we are ready to, we should have a no man's land. But it tells India, you go into your area. We won't move from here. Now, another thing that Jaishankar has been saying, trade, our relations cannot be normal unless China returns to the pre-May 20, when China grabbed Ladakh, our part of Ladakh. Now, right in the beginning, Mr. Modi said that China hasn't taken a square inch of Indian land. He has never repeated that. India has never conceded. They just keep quiet. They hide the truth. Farid Zakaria, CNN's one of the top thinkers of the world, says that China has grabbed 100 square kilometers. Subramaniam Swamy says that 4,000 square kilometers. Everybody says they've advanced into India, and that's the truth. Everybody knows it, but they don't concede that. So, hide the truth. So this is exactly what Jaishankar does. That is all. De-escalation. De-escalation means reduce your troops or reduce our armor. China has been steadily building theirs. So are we, but we can't match China. China versus India, militarily or in any way, is like Manmohan Singh getting into a ring with a WWF wrestler. You know what will happen to Manmohan Singh? So the same thing will happen to India if it engages in a conflict with China. China is immensely powerful. Their military budget was 293 billion, B for Bombay. Ours was 27 billion. They're 5 times larger economy. It's a 17 trillion economy. Ours is 3 trillion, and we swell our chests in pride. They're big time guys here. And the Jaishankar, so-called intellectual, smart intellectual, talking in a measured way, says, ties cannot be normal unless China withdraws. And you know what? The ties are absolutely normal, because what are ties between two countries? The main thing is trade. Boundary, in any case, China has had it, is grabbed our land, and it's sitting there. And trade wise, China's exports have been going up, up, up to India. India's exports to China have remained stagnant or something. Do you know, my friend, that China exported $119 billion worth of goods to India, and India's exports to China $17 billion. Hey, the Chinese don't want your stuff, India and Indians. All of you want Chinese stuff. You can't do without Oppo and without Vivo and without OnePlus, and you can't do without our whole pharmaceutical industry depends on active APIs from China. That's active pharmaceutical agents, and we are one of the biggest, the biggest generic producers in the world. Our generics, I think, are something like 23,000 crores, and we depend on everything will come to a stop out here. Our solar power effort will go, because all our solar panels come from there. Everything comes from there. Are semiconductors, which are used in phones, which are used in 100 things, phones, cars, this, that. Most of it comes from China. So how the hell? So, Mr. Jaishankar, where is everything is normal? China has grabbed their territory and our territory. I'll say, quote unquote, grabbed or something, that there's a boundary dispute which the two sides have not handled. That is the reality. And you can't get into a conflict with them, because they'll beat the hell out of you. And that's all. And I remember that fellow, that absolute fraud, the biggest political fraud in India is Subramaniam Swamy, saying, throw them out. Once, in one of those blunt statements of his, Indian Jawans are eager to get into battle. Yes, Mr. Subramaniam Swamy, Madrasi Brahmin, is very brave. He'll fight to the last drop of the other man's blood. And no Jawan wants to die there. He's got a mother to look after, he's got a son, he's got a daughter, he's got a wife. But Subramaniam's wife is, yeah, why not? And they're all flexing their muscles. You don't have muscles to flex. And this fellow, Jaishankar, same old thing he says. There's nothing new. There's 33 foreign ministers have gone in. But in India is very credulous. You see, here, the so-called intelligent class, they have degrees, they have PhD, etc. But they don't think, because they have no concept of recent history. What has changed? Nothing has changed. And when this fellow Jaishankar tells Pakistan, you return POK to us, POK 5,200 square, Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Damn it, Pakistan has leased that entire territory to China 60 years ago in 1963. For us to get Pakistan occupied India, as we claim, back, we'll have to fight China. Can we fight China? Now, every one of our foreign ministers has said exactly that. Pakistan return POK, Pakistan occupied India, occupied Kashmir, which is actually an international dispute, the Kashmir dispute. So Jaishankar says exactly the same thing. But Indian, people with BAs and MAs and PhDs, etc., who don't know things, they think he's damn smart because he talks another thing and he does namaste in a very crisp fashion, and he's got a red handkerchief and he stands straight. So they say, fantastic foreign minister we have, how he has pushed up the image of India. If you're poor and nothing, nobody respects you. You see, you can't be a strong foreign minister of a weak country, and you can't be a weak foreign minister of a strong country. That is the reality. So Jaishankar. I'm tired of these Indians. It's a land of idiots. Yeah. Okay, friends, I think I've said enough about this guy, this admired guy, icon of India. The guy is very average. He's just like anybody else. So friends, I'll bid you goodbye, and please forward it to everybody you know. All right? Okay, see you later, alligator.